Hello everyone, welcome to Marie's Scrappy Creations. Can I get a thumbs up if you can see me and hear me, please? I'll take even just one, or just say it in the chat. Okay. Oh yeah, I have a question about chat too. I know who knows the answer. It's you guys. Thank you, Jill. Alrighty, let's see who's in the chat so far. Georgina was here earlier. Whether she's still here now, I don't know. But earlier she wrote, "Morning, raining here in Ontario, Canada. So looking forward to What's Up Wednesday. It makes my day. So glad to see Marie's happy face." Well, thank you, Georgina. Let's see. Guess who? It's Nancy. Says hi. Kathleen Kendall said, "Good rainy day here in Unity, Maine." See, rain seems to be a theme already, right? She said it's chilly with the temperature at 55 degrees with the real feel at 50. Donna says, "Good morning, Marie. Hope all is well with you. Looking forward to watching you from sunny Blackstone, Virginia." Well, we're glad you're here too, Donna, as well as Kathleen, Nancy, Georgina. I'm glad everyone is here. Whether you chat or not, I'm glad you're here. And one of my absolute couldn't do without moderators. Honor is here. She's toting her blue wrench, and she says it's finally a bit cooler in Louisiana, and she's thankful for it. I bet you are. And Beverly is here. Good afternoon, Scrappy friends. Well, good afternoon to you, Beverly. Let's see, June Hansen. Oh, now it's really scrolling. I need to hurry this up. Let me see. June Hansen. Sherry Rose, good to see you. We haven't seen you for a while. Or Beverly, I don't think I've seen her for a while. And Jill is here. Laura Supp is here saying good morning, Marie and everyone. And Sherry Rose said hi. Let's see. And then people letting me know that they see and hear me. Thank you very much. Teresa is here. Hi, Teresa. Are you new to the chat or new to the channel or both? I don't recognize your name, but welcome in. Barb. Hi, Barb. She says coming in loud and clear. That's awesome. Thank you. All right. Charlie Pinto, 44 in Illinois. Charlie, is it your first time in the chat? Let's see. Try to get over here. And Jill said good morning to everyone, and it's rainy there. Peggy Lee says good morning from Las Vegas. Hi out there. Jan is here. Butterfly Queen is here. Hope she's feeling better. Let me see. Carol McKnight. Hello. She says it's Carol from Tampa. Well, we're glad you're here. Teresa says she's new to both, but that means you get the little silly happy chair dance. That just means that I'm very happy to have you here, so thank you. And I'm sure you will fit right in. What's Up Wednesday, for anyone who's new, you're not going to learn anything here sewing related today. What's Up Wednesday is just, we get together, we might talk about fabric or something we bought or a sale, or we might talk about playing hopscotch as a kid. You just never know what we're going to chat about. But we always have a great time because we have a great group of people. Okay, let's see. And Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. She says, so glad to see you again. Well, I'm glad you're here, Cheryl. Good to see you again. And yo, it's Patty G. Long time no see there, girl. Glad you're here. Okay, and Butterfly Queen says she is feeling better. That is awesome. Okay, so hello from beautiful but rainy northern Maine, where it is 51 degrees Fahrenheit, which I guess is about 10 Celsius, somewhere in there. I'm not great at the conversions, but you know. But it is overcast. It rained yesterday, kind of off and on, and yeah, so it is what it is, right? We have to have all kinds of weather. That's what, because otherwise, what would be the sense to have the word weather if everything was always the same, right? Hey, you got to look at it one way. Carrie Rustin is here. She says, good afternoon, everyone. Raining here in southern Ontario. I haven't been on chat for a while. Well, we're glad you're back, Carrie. And yeah, raining seems to be the common theme this morning. Laura says it's supposed to rain on and off today in Arizona, and she was hoping it would be mostly off. We just got our basement dried out from the last rain and flooding in the basement. Oh my goodness. Nancy says, we'd love to get to chat with you all. Oh, absolutely, right? It's true. Mary G, hello. Hello to you. And Mike is here. Hey, Mikey, long time no see, buddy. Yes, Laura, let's hope you don't get flooded again, because nobody needs that kind of mess to deal with. Okay, so I'm going to move on with things. It's probably not going to be a long live stream today, so we'll try to get through everything. Oh, Charlie says, yes, my first time, so you get the happy dance. Yay, we're glad you're here. So a lot of people don't always chat. Some people do. Some people just lurk in the background and listen, and anything at all I'm good with. I'm just happy that people are watching and are interested. Okay, so I would like to say a thank you to my moderators. They are a great group of girls they're just a great group of girls. They always help out when they're able to, and that's all you can ask of anyone. You know, it's free labor. And they do it. They enjoy you guys too. So that, you know. And I would like to thank Kimberly from myfabricaddiction.com. Her link is down below in the description box. She sponsors our weekly fabric giveaway. So if you're new and you don't know what I'm talking about, if you haven't won anything from my channel in the past 90 days, and if you're in the continental United States, then you are eligible to get into the weekly fabric drawing. And how it works is, when this video is all done, when we're all done the live stream, you're going to refresh your page. You're going to leave me a comment. And in that comment, you're going to use the word fabric. Okay? It won't work if you use it here in the chat where everyone is typing now. But if you put it in there, then your name goes in the drawing. I use what's called a YouTube comment chooser, and I put in the link from the previous week's video, and then I say look for the word fabric, and I click, and as long as that person hasn't won anything in the last 90 days, they're the person who wins the fabric. So okay, so Happy Mail. Have I received Happy Mail? I did. My husband and I had to go out yesterday morning, and imagine my surprise when I came home and there was an Amazon envelope on the porch, kind of propped at the door. But it looked like it was going to blow away in the wind, and we have a little thing there they could have kind of placed it in, but either way it was safe, so I was happy. And I'm going to show you what was in there. Now, it's very difficult to see inside a plastic bag, so I tried to do this, and it looks like a preschool art project gone wrong, but I took a piece of Scotch tape and tried to hold it up so you guys could see, and you really can't, but it's one of those rainbow, so it reflects all the different colors. It's a rainbow zipper pull, a number 5, and these are from, well, let me read it, okay, because there's a little gift note in there. Hi Marie, I've been busy at work and I don't have a private office, so I've had to watch replays. Great to see you back. Love these sewing machines. Enjoy, from Mary. So thank you, Mary. And for anyone who doesn't know, Mary would come into the chat and we would all tease her and go, shh, because she's at work. So we would pretend we were all being quiet so she didn't get caught watching What's Up Wednesday at work. But so that's why it was funny when she said that she doesn't have a private office. Oopsie. We know how that works. Okay, Nancy says it's 57 in Western Kentucky and had to put shoes on instead of your sandals. That's funny. Not funny as in you. I understand that, but it made me think of something. When we were at the doctor's office yesterday, there was a woman who came in, and I understood her, and I don't even know her. But if you've ever worn a pair of Birkenstock sandals, you know that you don't want to give them up, okay? And it was, you know, it's been chilly here. We were down to 30 degrees the other day, so it's been chilly. And so she came in, she was all dressed up. She had a fleece jacket on and she had jeans on. Oh, but they were capris. They probably left about that much of her ankle. Okay, and she had wool socks on with a pair of Birkenstocks to rock those capris, I'm telling you. And I'm thinking, I understand. It's all about comfort. Okay, Georgina says, hopefully you will have happy mail today. Oh, Georgina, I will certainly let you know. Thank you. And Honor says, hope all of you are staying safe and enjoying creating beautiful Scrappy Land creations. See, she ought to write greeting cards, this girl. Anyway, thank you so much, Mary. I really appreciate that. And I have some fabric that my friend Pam gifted me that has thread, spools of thread and things on it. And I had told her a month or so ago, I know exactly what I'm going to make out of it. And it's going to involve a zipper. So this is perfect. Thank you very much. All right. So I had mentioned the notebook tutorial, the upcoming notebook tutorial. So I know we have some new people, and I apologize if I'm going to repeat this, but I did a tutorial where we took a regular composition notebook and we made covers for them. It's a very popular video. I love making them. They're very easy, very straightforward. My issue with a composition notebook is that once you pull out a page, the other ones tend to fall out. Okay, so that was a no-no. So I just found over the past month that there is such thing as a spiral-bound composition notebook. But then it changes the size because the notebook is the same size, but then you have to contend with your spiral. So the measurements wouldn't be the same as in the tutorial. So I had started filming a tutorial. And if you've been with me, you know that it's been a while. I was filming pretty steady there for quite a long time, and then I had to put the brakes on due to some things going on. Well, I'm going to tell you, you guys are going to understand this. I had such a hard time filming this. First, everything was going great, but then I got to a part where I said, oh, no, that's not right. I should have said, and it went south from there, okay? So I got kind of frustrated, and I backtracked, took a deep breath, few deep breaths, and started filming again, okay? And this is about 3/4 of the way through the project, mind you. I get through there and I went to pause the video. Now this is after probably 15 minutes of filming, stopping, setting my camera up near the machine or back over at the ironing board, you know, shifting and moving and this and that. I went to pause the recording and I was not recording. Which means that I sewed and showed the majority of that composition, spiral bound composition notebook cover, thought I was recording and it was not recording. So I went through to see if I could try to save it, but it would be really confusing, so I'm just going to have to start all over again. And due to life being life, it's not going to be this week, so I apologize, because I did give a link last week to the video, or to the place where these are purchased, okay? And I gave a link to the original video and everything, and I am going to do it. I don't want to promise you guys something and then not come through, but I'm just going to be as upfront and honest with you as I can. You know, stumbling over my measurement or something and correcting it is one thing, but missing a whole section of the tutorial was just, you know, I can't do it. So it's probably going to be a week and a half before that video posts from here. All right, let me check out the chat and see what's happening. And I do have a question about the chat too. Oh, Mikey says, I miss hanging out with you. Well, we missed you too, Mikey. We wonder about you. Every once in a while, one of us will say, like Lisa Marie and I were chatting one day a month or so ago, and we were saying, I wonder where Mikey is. Hope you're doing well, sweetheart. Okay, and Carla says, hi, everyone. I made it almost on time. We're proud of you, Carla. You're doing really well. Pat on the back for that. Oh, and there's our other blue wrench, one of our other blue wrench holders, So Terry. It's So Terry. Yay. She says, good afternoon, all. Hi, Marie. And she does her pink glove hand. Good afternoon to you, Terry. Honor is here as well. So now we have two. All right. And Janice is here. Hi, Janice. She says, good morning, Marie, and all you crafty quilters. And let's see, Terry says she has a cranky dog today, so she'll be in and out. That's okay. You take care of what needs to be taken care of, right? I'm sorry that she's being a grumpy dog. Okay. Danelle is here. Hi, Danelle from Danelle's Stitchery. She says, hey, Miss Marie. Well, hey, Miss Danelle. And she says, hello, everyone in the chat. I'm working and lurking. There you go. All right. So before I go any further, I want to ask a question about chat because I don't know. I haven't been on a live chat situation for probably a month. And I know YouTube has made a lot of changes recently, so I'm going to think that it's that. I have had more than one person message me, whether it's by email or messenger or what have you, comment section. I think there have been 3 people who have let me know that they can't find the chat. Like right now, during a live stream, they can't find their way to the chat. One of the ladies told me that where she used to go to click, it isn't there. So if anyone can help me know how to explain how to get back to chatting, I would really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you in advance. Mikey says he's been at trade school learning to be a secretary. Well, there you go, Mikey. There's your job. There's your job. That's awesome. I hope school has been going well. But we're glad to see you. Georgina says, eating chocolate mint Girl Guide cookies. My limit is 3. You know what? I haven't had a Girl Scout order in quite a few years now, but I will say that Walmart has a thin mint cookie that it would make you think you're eating a Girl Scout cookie. To me, I like them. And I'm not crazy about mint, but I do like chocolate and that mint together. Yeah, I do. But 3 is your limit. She says, wish I had enough for the class. That's right, we could throw everyone a cookie, right? Let's see. All right, so, oh goodness, there's a loud sound outside. It's the street sweeper going past, so I just have to wait that out for a minute. All right. I am always on YouTube, okay? You guys know I am always on YouTube. I listen to audiobooks on YouTube. I listen to documentaries. I have YouTube going the majority of the time that I'm awake, okay? And I didn't always subscribe to all the channels I liked, but there are some that I will subscribe to. And a few weeks ago, I found a channel it came up in my shorts feed, and once I watched one video, I was so hooked on this channel. So I got to thinking, I could probably tell you guys a channel recommendation. I guess that's what I call it, a channel recommendation every week as part of What's Up Wednesday. Just something like, oh, I found this, maybe you're interested, maybe you're not, you know. Oh goodness, let's see. Jill says, do they make a left-handed spiral composition notebook? You know, I don't know that. I don't know, but I was going to say you could turn it around, but no, that wouldn't work, would it? I don't know the answer to that. I apologize, Jill. And Mikey says he finished school in late September. That's awesome. We're proud of you. Yay. We are. In case anyone who's new doesn't remember, Mikey was around always during my first 2 years. He was here all the time. He's a sweetheart. Let's see. Denise. Hi, Denise. She says, hello, everyone. Just popping in to say hello from Northeast Scotland, where it has been a beautiful day. Hey, it's not raining where she is. Been to the coast and walking in the hilltops above the cliffs. That sounds beautiful, Denise. You're painting us a picture. She says, hope everyone is well. Well, thank you, and we hope you are well. Okay, and Honor says, oh, Denise, I'm jealous. Scotland is on my bucket list. How wonderful. I know, wouldn't it be wonderful to go there? I agree. And Denise says that channel recommendations are always good. Okay, so I'm going to continue to tell you. The link is already in the description box. The name of the channel is called Drawings by Trent, T-R-E-N-T. And Trent has very little verbal communication. He has autism. He's in his late 20s, I believe, and he lives with his parents. And he can draw anything. And it's not just that he can draw anything and they show you, it's the whole interaction. The videos will start. Let's say his dad is sitting next to him. His father will say, hi, Trent, and he'll say, hi, Daddy, or Mom, or whoever is there. It's just an adorable interaction to start with. But also it's very interesting to me, the way he draws. Like, let's say a letter. Normally you start a letter at the top of the letter, like say you're making an R. I know this is backwards, but you start your line, your capital R, and then like that. He starts everything from the bottom. So already it messes with my brain going, wait a minute, how did he do that? But he will draw things. Let's pretend that Honor says, oh, I'm going to commission Trent, because this is how he earns money. Honor says, would you please draw a picture of a sheep in the field with a white picket fence and an elm tree? He'll draw it with a magic marker. And it doesn't look like he's giving anything very much detail, but it's amazing because, like, just if he's drawing a dog and it's kind of half laying down or something, he's got the paws and the legs perfectly, just exactly where they should be. So anyway, I put the link down below, but I put a link to the first video I ever watched of his. So if you check that out, you'll see the same 3-minute video that I first saw that has me hooked on his channel, and I subscribed immediately. It's amazing, just amazing, and I hope you enjoy it too. He does an excellent job. He does, and his parents are very supportive of his art, and people who own businesses will ask him to do a drawing so that they can put it on their wall, and it's a beautiful thing. It really is. I love to see people's talents. And I hope you enjoy it too. So again, the link is down below in the description box, but it's called Drawings by Trent. Okay, Honor says, I don't need to be warm, LOL. Trinette Brewer, good morning. She says, good morning. Yeah, it's afternoon here now, but it can be morning where you are. She says, Trent is awesome. Great recommendation. Well, I'm glad that you know who he is. And yes, he is absolutely awesome. And I have something else to tell you guys in a minute. Deb S., the Pug Mama Quilter, is here. Hello to you, Deb. Glad you're here. And Sandra K., Quilts and Sews, she's here. Everyone's showing up all at once. And Honor says, yes, I have seen Trent. He is indeed amazing. And he is. I agree. Let's see. And Barb says, I've seen Trent and he's totally remarkable. Watching him bring all his drawings together is so fascinating. That's it. You hit the nail on the head, Barb. Because for anyone who hasn't seen him, like let's say he has a dog placed here on the paper and a cat placed here and he's supposed to have something, you're thinking that's not going together right. But oh, nay, don't poo-poo yet, because he's got it in the bag, okay? He's got it, and it's amazing. You will be totally amazed by what this young man can do. So, yes. And Nancy says Trent is amazing. I agree. Emily, hi, Emily. Emily is here. Hello to you. And Denise says, thank you for the recommendation. Trent is on my to-do list. Well, I'm glad, and I think you will enjoy him, Denise, and you are very welcome. Okay, so something else, and here, I know we have new people every week, but I know that there are 2 of them in the chat, so I always feel like I have to say, we don't always discuss sewing things, but something that kind of came up this week, and I've thought about it before, but there's a channel that I follow, and the guy says he's Generation X. And you know, 5 or 10 years ago, I couldn't have told you what generation I was, let alone anyone else was. That just didn't come up on my radar. But I guess I'm a baby boomer. But according to Google, which I know can be wrong, I'm actually Generation Jones. Now, let me just say, there's the greatest generation. Well, there's more than this, but I'll name the greatest generation, the silent generation, boomers, Generation X, millennials, and Generation Z. But the boomers went from 1946 to 1964. And then Generation X went from 1965 to 1980. But the thing is, what we remember for toys, for movies, for whatever, I fit in more with Generation X because I'm right on the cusp of that. 1 year, I was born the last year that you can be considered a baby boomer, but I missed Generation X by 1 year. So, I was looking that up this morning, and it's called Generation Jones, and basically just means that I'm stuck almost between 2 generational dividers, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. But I did get looking it up, and it says the greatest generation was 1901 to 1924. And I looked into why they're all named this. I won't give it up just in case you want to go check it out. And then there's the silent generation from 1925 to 1945. Oh, let me stop. Charlie says, sorry, have to leave to take my dog out. That's okay, not a problem. We understand. Thank you for being here, Charlie. We hope you come back. Terry says, if you can see the chat on a laptop, scroll down below the video. Sometimes, because of your Windows Zoom settings, it won't fit next to the video, so it goes below. Well, thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. I will see if that is the issue. Thank you very much. Nancy says, never heard of that. I bet she means Generation Jones. Okay, so baby boomers were 1946 to 1964. Generation X was 1965 to 1980. Millennials, 1981 to 1996. And Generation Z is from 1997 to 2012. Now, of course, online is a whole other world, but you've got people who will classify you just for the year you were born, meaning you must think one way because you were born in 1962 or whatever. And I don't think that that's true. I feel more that these generation things, like I said earlier, have more to do with what we remember. What was popular for toys when I was 4? You know, what movies did I grow up watching? What were the popular TV shows when I was a teenager? Those changed generationally, you know. And so anyway, looping back to the beginning, I followed this. I don't want to give too much away because I will recommend his channel, but he is Generation X, and he has a lot of great content that I relate to. So when I do leave a comment, I always say I'm squished between 2 generations here, but I understand what you're saying. You know, it's just kind of funny to me, you know. Okay, let's see. Georgina says, I am too, Marie, July of 63. Yeah, right? And see, I was born September of 64, so I'm just a couple of months from that cutoff. Not that there's anything wrong with being a baby boomer either. You know, just, you know. And Terry, she fixed her typo. I understood it, but I know what you meant, Terry. Thank you. Emily says, never heard of Jones either. I fall in the Zennial group, so I understand that. I'm sorry, I can't. Something of both Gen X and Millennial. Yeah, that's it. You're kind of like right between. I got you there. Guess who? It's Nancy. Says, I'm baby boomer. Butterfly Queen says she's a baby boomer. You're my sister's age, Butterfly Queen. Let's see, you're my sister. One of my sisters was born. Carla says she's smack dab in the middle of boomer. And Denise says, oh goodness, am I a boomer? Who knew? And Emily's a combo. Oh, combo. Okay, I gotcha. I see what word you were saying now. Mikey says, my dad was born September of 64. That means that your dad and I, by that date, are only 9. Your dad is 9 days older than I am. So, yep, we're both at the end of a baby boomer. Okay. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of interesting sometimes, although being boxed into any one of those titles just because of when we were born. And I maybe shouldn't compare it to it, but I think of it similar to people say, oh, what's your sign? And I'll say a Virgo. Well, you must be, detail oriented, and they say all these things, and I've just never believed that there's anything to that stuff. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. We all think differently, but it's kind of the same thing. It's like saying, well, since you're a Sagittarius, I know you don't want to go out to dinner and have shrimp, or something silly like that. So a while back on the internet, there was this whole big thing where they were saying, okay, boomer, which drove me absolutely insane because we were all being clustered into what a few people thought, Anyway. All right, let me see. Beverly says she is from the silent group. Is that why you're so quiet, Beverly? Is that why you're so quiet? Let's see. Honor says, my daughter, born in 97, identifies as a boomer with me and also as a Generation Z. Well, good for her. It's beautiful to span 2 different generations. I think that's a wonderful thing. I do. Okay, I think before we go any further, because we're not going to be going a whole lot further, I'm going to do the drawing for the fabric prize from myfabricaddiction.com. Okay? So, we need a drum roll, and I have my iPad, and I'm going to click, and I use a website called Comment Shark, and that's who I use for this. All right, I'm going to read the comment first. I started a new craft, bought a diamond painting coaster kit on Amazon, and instead of doing it their way, I am using fabric on them. I am fussy cutting sports team designs with a 4-inch design to a 6-inch circle and folding the excess over the back of the 4-inch coaster, pleating it and holding it in place with those plastic clips. Now there's more, and you can go to the comments section of last week's video to read it. But we want to say congratulations to someone who's been here since the beginning, Peggy Cox. I hope you can see. It's so bright. Let me see if I turn my brightness down again. I've got it almost to the bottom there. Is that any better? Anyway, I know you believe me. It's Peggy Cox. So congratulations, Peggy. You won this week's giveaway, fabric giveaway from My Fabric Addiction. So what happens now, for anyone who wonders, is after the live stream is over, I go to the winning comment and I just type in, congratulations, your name was drawn today. And you won the fabric prize from My Fabric Addiction. Please email me at mariescrappycreations@yahoo.com with your mailing information, and I'll forward it to Kimberly. Now, sadly enough, last week's winner did not come forward, and I always feel bad, but you know, I give 7 days, and I know life gets in the way, so sometimes people don't check their YouTube notifications. But if you're in the drawing for something, try to check your messages, your notifications, because I feel bad. Someone lost out on, you know, what's a wonderful prize, because she's very generous with those prizes. But okay, let's see. Mikey says, sorry for the broken up message. Now I'm being weird. That's okay. Carrie Rustin, she says, I'm a silent Virgo. Well, that must make me a loudmouth Virgo. That's too cute, Carrie. Honor says, weird is perfect. Weird Wednesday. Very good. Very good on the pickup there, Honor. I like that. And Sandra K. Quilts and Sews says, congratulations, Peggy, as did a lot of other people in the chat. Thank you, everyone, for being happy and congratulating Peggy. I know that she will be happy with this. I met her through a quilt block swap group. That's how Peggy and I met. So I know she's been here with me since the beginning of my channel. So, yeah, I had a headache most of the morning, and I knew I was going to do the live stream, but I didn't know how well I'd feel, so I kind of waited till about 45 minutes before to take, you know, Tylenol and try to get rid of the headache. But I've done pretty well so far, but I'm thinking that I'm probably going to end the live stream pretty soon. Jill says, I have 3 daughters and they're all Virgos. Well, there you go. And Mike told Honor he likes that. Yes, absolutely. All right. So, I want to thank you all for hanging out with me today. I know sometimes we go close to an hour, if not over. I just don't have it in me this week. And again, I want to apologize about the notebook tutorial. I will get it out to you just as soon as possible. Oh, I do have one more thing. I start shutting it down and then I have one more thing. I went to look to see if I had Halloween postcards left from last year to send to the grandchildren. But I only had 2, and I need more than that. So I either need to magically feel up to sewing today, which probably isn't going to happen, or I'm going to have to send regular cards. But the ones I have left from last year are these, which are, they're still in good shape. And then I've got Trick or Treat. Oops. And they're just some basic postcards, but there's a lot of fancy stitching, you probably can't see, on some of them. I've got, I love the stitch that's coming down this way. Let me see if I can show you. It's just a swirly stitch. It's going on both the black and the orange. Okay, it keeps going out of focus. I apologize. Danelle, thank you very much. It is what it is. It'll go away, but when I'm done here, I'm going to go relax in the recliner, probably stream something on Netflix, and hubby and I have already decided that we are having Subway for supper, so I don't even have to cook. Okay, let's see. Somebody type. Denise says, I know we aren't talking sewing, but I have been making... Oh, you can talk sewing. You can talk anything you want. I've been making bags for my sisters this weekend. It's Halloween bongo bingo party for my sister's 60th. Don't ask. I don't know yet. And she says it's fancy dress. There you go. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Honor and Danelle and everyone. Oh, Gisela is here. Hi, Gisela. We're just getting ready to leave. Denise says, Marie, take care of you. Don't worry about us. We're always here. Well, I appreciate that. Denise says, those are super. Thank you. Honor says she has to make some tonight. Goodness. All right. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me and everyone here today. We always enjoy each other's company, don't we? And I'm not sure if I'm doing next week, just to let you guys know right here and now. I don't know if next Wednesday is a go or not. It's probably 50-50 at this point, okay? So don't be surprised if I say there's no What's Up Wednesday, okay? And I hope you enjoyed less ads. I put it on less ads today just for you. I did, just for you. Oh, and Emily's going to be making some cards soon. Jill says, glad to see you, and I heard it on the grapevine that something's coming your way. Well, thank you, Jill. You're the girl in the know. Okay, everyone, thank you so much. I really appreciate the chat. Thank you to my moderators. They're a great group. They always help out, and, we couldn't do it without them. So, I enjoyed our chat. I hope everyone who has rain like we do, I hope it just gets, better weather. But, we need the rain too. So take care, and until next time, remember, be kind out there. The world needs more of that. And I'll see you next time right here at Marie's Scrappy Creations. Take care.